Hello and welcome back to Daily Weekly Builds. Today we're going to take a look at Series 4 of the BrickLink Designer Program, which launches, well, any time now. As you can see at the time of recording, I've still got 1 day, 2 hours, 16 minutes and 36 seconds left, but I am excited. So here we have the 5 sets which are part of Series 4, as voted for by BrickLink fans. And it looks like, apart from the Wild West train here, most of these have some sort of medieval castle kind of vibe to it, which is interesting because I would have thought there would have been a bit more variety, but the only one I'm interested in is the Western train, and of course that's actually the most expensive. RIP my bank account. Scrolling down the page further, you can see little design interviews about each of the sets, and here we can see a timeline of events. The designs have been finalized, it's about to enter the crowdfunding stage, and the crowdfunding ends on 1st of March at 12 PM Pacific time, or once all sets sell out. And some of these sets will sell out potentially within hours after the pre-orders go live, which is on Tuesday, February 4th, 2025, 8 AM Pacific time or 4 PM time in the UK. So I'll be eagerly waiting to pre-order that Western train. Hopefully it doesn't sell out too quickly. So BrickLink members may pre-order their favourite sets with a limit of 2 of each set per household. All sets that receive over 3,000 pre-orders will be produced, and up to 30,000 of each set will be manufactured during a limited one-time production run. So at the very least there'll be 3,000 of each of these made, up to 30,000, but if these sets don't reach 3,000 pre-orders then they won't be made at all. So that's a little bit of a worry, but I'm sure all of these will be very popular, and I think the first ones to sell out will probably be the medieval seaside market and maybe the sage encampment. And then we have to wait for production and shipping times to arrive, and they estimate that to be around July/early August 2025. So around 6 months later, and that won't be too bad. So if you've never done one of these before, at the time of pre-ordering, they will charge your bank account, but it's only a temporary charge that will soon drop off, and then they won't actually charge you until it's about to ship about 6 months later. So do not panic. Right, let's take a look at the first one with our merchant boat. As I'm in the UK, the prices are showing British pounds, so do be sure to check out the BrickLink website in your region where it will show you your local currency. So here we have the merchant boat designed by Nicholas Carlier, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, and at first glance I'm not really interested in this one. It looks cool. It's essentially a building on, a building on a boat, isn't it, really? So that's something I've not really seen before. As you can see, it's modular, so you can remove all the sections. And if you, that's pretty cool. It's got a little play function there, so if you move the merchant boat forwards and backwards, it will rotate the water wheels. And this has 470 unique parts, 2,180 total parts, 4 minifigures, and only 3 stickers. Not bad, because I believe with the BrickLink Designer Program sets, they're not allowed to come up with new prints, so they can either use existing prints or stickers. And not everyone is a fan of stickers, so you can see some of the interior details, so there's a lot packed into it. And at £150 for over 2,000 pieces at a price per part ratio, that is pretty good. Scrolling down to the description, it says, "Welcome aboard the Merchant's Boat. We're gearing up for our voyage, so let's pick up the pace." There's also a short video by the BrickLink designer who tells you more about it. And this is, I didn't know this. This is actually a repeat designer. So this fan designer previously designed the Parisian street model from the BrickLink Designer Program Series 1, which was one at the time I wasn't interested in, but now I've seen it, I wish I did pick it up because that is a good looking set. And it tells you more about the history of LEGO, what inspired them to make the design, so it's some pretty cool stuff, and it's definitely worth the read if you're interested. Scrolling down, there's also a comment section where BrickLink users can comment on the set, and it's cool to see that the designer is interacting with fans of this set. Even though it hasn't been released yet, people are very excited for it, and understandably so, because, although it's not my thing, I can appreciate a good design when I see one. Next up, we have the one I'm most excited for, the Wild West train. Once again, a repeat BrickLink designer from Series 1. This is designed by Lucky, who also designed the BrickLink General Store, another Wild West themed set, and they've also tried to submit a few sets on LEGO Ideas, so get supporting there. Plus, they've also got a rebrickable page as well where you can buy instructions to design some of these sets for yourself. And I like Wild West, I like trains. I do have a lot of Wild West era trains already in my collection, but this one is a must-have. I just wish it was cheaper. £250 is very expensive, but it is still slightly cheaper than the Orient Express, but that was already expensive to begin with. Taking a look at some of the pictures here, we can see that there's a lot going on. It's kind of got all the essential carriages to a train for the bare minimum. Obviously you've got the locomotive. Now some people are a little on the fence about this side builds in the set with the windmill and the water tower, thinking, well, they just add up the price, don't they? And yes, understandably so, there's a lot of parts packed into here and some really intricate building techniques from pictures that I've seen. But I like them. I guess if I had to pick and choose, I would rather not have them, obviously, because it'd make the train a lot cheaper, and I just, I'm happy to have the train by itself. But in my personal circumstances, I would probably end up building something like a windmill or a water tower for my Wild West layout, so now I guess I don't have to. But if those weren't included, maybe it would knock off £50 from the set. That would take it down to 200, which is an easier pill to swallow, but there we go. Now, this train is not motorized out of the box, but the designer has made it so that it is easy to convert with adding powered up functions to it. And here are the minifigures, quite a lot of them included, which is great. And sometimes with the BrickLink sets, they struggle with picking parts. Obviously, they can't come up with new parts. They have to use the existing LEGO inventory. So some of the minifigures might not look the most Wild West themed ones there, but they're not too bad looking at them at first glance. You can always just mix and match your minifigures for yourself. This has 429 unique parts, 3,192 total parts, 12 minifigures, and 17 stickers. So if you're not a fan of stickers, maybe this set isn't for you, but most of them are just adding details to the train, of course, as you can see on the tender and the locomotive there. And something that's interesting, since the original fan design went live, they've added an extra carriage. Originally, this flatbed car with the piano and the safe, which the bandits are attacking, wasn't part of the original submission, but the designer talks about that further down in the design interview here, and it's kind of an interesting story where they kind of, well, thought they could include it. Working with the LEGO design team, there were some changes that needed to be made, and they had the space, and they thought, well, why not chuck in an extra carriage? And I'm glad, because having the box car, the passenger car, and now the flatbed car, that's kind of the bare minimum basics you would have for a Wild West train to recreate scenes like the train being robbed, for example. So I'm happy to see it. And it's nice that it comes with a little track display stand as well, not like a basic black one, for example, which the Orient Express has, but this is a more kind of in-universe scenic sandy little display stand, which I think looks really good. As you can tell, I'm really probably a bit biased actually, because I know this is the one I want to get and I'm very excited for it. It's interesting because the designer talks about how they've never really designed trains or vehicles before. They've only specialized in designing buildings, and that's where they felt the most confident. However, they've designed their own train station, and well, if you're going to have a train station, you're going to need a train to go with it. And their train station is currently going through the LEGO Ideas process, so hopefully that gets approved, because I'll be sure to pick that up as well. But there's lots of details packed into this one, and I'm very excited for it. And once again, have a little read through the description and the designer interview for yourself, because I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Taking a look down at the comments, we can see lots of positive comments down here as well. Lots of people liking all the inclusions and all the details packed in there. Next up, we have the medieval seaside market, and I haven't really looked at this one too much, but this is designed by Bricks Fan UI, coming in at £200, and this one looks quite nice actually. I like how it's, yeah, oh wow, look at that, even around the back. So you've got castle around so you've got the seaside around the front, then the castle around the back. That's really clever. You could display it from all angles. That's really nice. Ooh. And similar to the LEGO El Dorado Fortress, you can rearrange the sections to make it in a different layout, and I kind of prefer this layout actually. Huh. I mean, I'm not a LEGO Castle fan or a medieval fan, but look at that. Look at all these different modules you can connect. That's really cool. And that does look really good. And that's a very good price, I think, as well. £200 for that. Cheaper than the LEGO Lion Knights Castle, that's for sure. Not too many minifigures included, but I think it's probably the bare minimum here. This has 454 unique parts, 2,560 total parts, 9 minifigures, and no stickers. So if you hate stickers, you'll be happy with this set. Any details are obviously brick built, using parts, or there might be a couple prints in there as well, I'm sure. And just some of the features include the main tower, the wagon and ship, a market area, a lighthouse tower, some side towers. There's a little bit of a backstory for all the minifigures included. So we've got the snake charmer, the baker, the fisher, the smithy, the wine cellar, the guards, and the harbour master / tax collector. And some of the dimensions so you can get a rough idea of how big this model will be. Wow, I'm going to have to do some further research into this one, and oh, this is unexpected. I didn't expect to like it so much, but what do you think? Tell me in the comments. Is this a good looking set or what? Looking at the designer bio, then it tells you that the designer's name is Gonzo and he's from Uruguay. Oh, that explains the Bricks Fan UI for Uruguay. Got it now. He's 38 years old and he started playing with LEGO when he was a young kid during the early 90s and fell in love with the castle and pirates theme. And yeah, this is a perfect mix of castle and pirates, that's for sure. This would go nicely along with any castle sets or even the El Dorado Fortress, which is a pirate set. Yeah, I like this. And he goes on to say that for this BrickLink Designer Program set, he wanted it to be something different, not just another LEGO castle, so that's why it's got a different shape, and I appreciate that. It's not just another square castle like we see a lot of. And I don't think I've seen a castle by the sea in LEGO form before, so it's nice that it's something different. And I think that this is going to be a very popular set and might be one of the first ones to sell out, actually. Next up, we've got another medieval castle themed one with the siege encampment. coming in again at £200. Now, out of this one and the one that we just saw a minute ago for the same price, I would rather go for the other one. That just interests me more, but I like how with this one, although you don't have a single large structure, you've got lots of little elements that will easily blend in with your other castle-themed sets. So definitely some interesting building techniques, and it's nice sometimes to have a bunch of just scenery to have instead of having just one large big building like a castle. If you're rich enough and have enough space to get both of them, this one and the one we just saw will go perfectly together. As you can see, here it is alongside the LEGO official set, the Lion Knights Castle, designed to go along with it there. So that's interesting. So if you have that, wow, good for you. Or alongside another BrickLink Designer Program set alongside the Mountain Fortress there. So this designer is clearly passionate about the castles and wanted his set to be able to integrate alongside other ones. Oh, that's cool. It also includes extra elements and stickers to swap out factions from Black Falcon to Lion Knight, so you can have your different factions depending on which one you prefer. This set has 690 unique parts, 2,598 total parts, 18 minifigures, and 11 stickers. So not too bad for the sticker amount there, and a generous amount of minifigures. We've got all the different quarters We've got all the different features here, including the accommodations fit for nobles, the grunt's quarters, a field kitchen, a herbalist, a weapon repair shop, the supply cart, defensive stockades, and of course the mighty trebuchet and catapult as well. So lots of cool things there. Yeah, this is a nice little add-on pack, I would say, to just kind of really fill out your medieval scenery. So if this is something that you haven't considered before, definitely take a closer look. And when asked what do you think makes a BrickLink Designer Program set successful, they said, I think it must speak to the hearts and souls of the LEGO fans. Yeah, so if you were wanting to design one of these for yourself, and there will be future series of this program, so you could submit an idea, then, as some of these designers have said, make it something that you would want to buy. Don't try and make it the winning design if it's not something that you'd be into, because you'd be surprised by what other people might like as well. And of course, looking through the comments section, there are lots of people who are very excited about this one. And last, but certainly no means least, we have the Riverside Scholars at £170, and this is designed by Hanwas for BrickLink Designer Program Series 4. By the looks of it, it is open back, so I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it does allow you easier access to the interior. And if you were displaying this on a shelf or in a bookcase, for example, you wouldn't see the back anyway, so open back things don't bother me too much, and I'm sure if it really did, there will be people on Rebrickable who come up with designs to finish that off, don't worry. But at least we can see lots of the interior access there. And it looks quite nice actually, kind of bright and colourful, in keeping with some medieval themes there. But it does only come with 5 minifigures, which might be a little bit light on that front. Maybe a few more would have been nice. Oh, and it looks like this is also designed by the same designer who did the Mountain Windmill and the Ocean House. So that's interesting to see. I guess they could kind of go together, although they do look a bit different in design styles. But it's cool to see some repeat successes for these BrickLink designers. This set has 612 unique parts, 2,769 total parts, so that's a good price per part ratio. But only 5 minifigures and 2 stickers. Just 2. That's alright. Looking at the description then, we can see that there's a big thank you from the designer and that the Riverside Scholars is the next set in his original theme, the Mountain Windmill series. The theme was created whilst writing a story for my sons. I have been overwhelmed by the support you all have shown for the series. It's been incredible and I'm truly thankful. The Mountain Windmill was released as part of the BrickLink Invitational, and the Ocean House is a Series 2 finalist. I'm extremely happy to bring the third set in this series, the Riverside Scholars, a BrickLink Designer Program. Pretty cool, so it's nice that this designer is having repeated success and people are clearly interested in his work. Scrolling further down, there's also a story that gives us more information about the set and what's going on inside it, and it gives us some backstory to the minifigures and their journeys. Taking a look at the designer bio, then it says, hello, my name is Harry and I'm a fan designer of the Riverside Scholars. I'm 34 and based in the UK. For the last decade I've worked in the video game industry, and before that I was a professional guitarist. I'm a big LEGO fan and LEGO brick building has been a part of my life since I can remember. As a kid I spent hours waging wars between the Blacktron and Mtron, pirates and Indigo Islanders, and building custom Star Wars ships and scenes. So that's pretty cool there, and here we can see a picture of him alongside his rather organised LEGO collection. And there's plenty more about the designer in their little interview further down below. Once again, lots of people are excited for this set and whatever else this designer might have coming out in the future, so that's cool to see, and best of luck to him. Yeah, not my thing, but I'm happy to support another LEGO designer when I see one. So there we have it, there's all the 5 sets coming out in Series 4 of the BrickLink Designer Program, which is starting pre-ordering very soon, so get those pre-orders in if you want to secure the set you want, and tell me in the comments which one of these are you looking forward to. For me, of course, it is the Wild West train, but now that I've seen the medieval seaside market, that one does look pretty good, and I think that'll probably sell out first. If I had to guess, I think the ones that will probably sell out at a slower rate will be the Merchant Boat and the Riverside Scholars, but I expect the Medieval Seaside Market, the Wild West Train, and the Siege Encampment to be the hot sellers for sure. But if you do miss out on this opportunity to pre-order these sets, don't worry, because although they won't be made again, plenty of people will be buying these just to resell later at brick festivals and Lego conventions and on eBay. Trust me, it happens all the time, and some of them don't increase in value all that much. So if you can't afford it right now, don't worry, just hope to find a good deal on the secondary market, because that's what probably most people end up doing with these, is buying them to resell them later, which is a little bit of a shame, but I guess it does provide an opportunity for people to pick them up if they didn't know about it. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time for another LEGO video. Bye for now. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos on this channel, or on one of my other channels as well. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends.